where did the medtech industry get so many people? And then I realized most of them are pharmaceutical people. In the next 5 to 10 years, we don't want to invert it, but we want to have a similar room and a similar number of players in the medtech industry, because this is really where the future lies for a country like us. India is a great country, medtech is a great business, it's an emerging hub, but we are very small at this point in time. And whom do we really compete with? We compete with China. China is unbeatable in scale, their supply chain efficiencies, both captive consumption and their ability to sort of have taken the products globally. We compete with Germany, we compete with the US. But we need to be clear about where our competition lies, right? If you look at Germany, Germany has a market which is about 3x ours. Most of it, of course, exports. And that comes on the back of precision engineering. A lot of machine equipment manufacturing, precision engineering. And if you look at the core of India, we are great at precision engineering. Scale is something that we have to learn, and we have to start building to scale. Currently, we are afraid of taking risks. So, our thought process starts by catering to a domestic market. But as an industry, we really need to start looking at scale and deciding what are those 5 to 10 sectors that we want to dominate in. The manufacturing ecosystem is getting built in the country. Now, if you look at where we are currently, most of our focus is either on surgical implants, consumables, or electronic equipment, and also the electronic equipment piece is a function of the large investments that some of the multinationals have done, right? But there's a huge amount of scope, and to begin with, minimally invasive surgery, which is a very fast-growing market both in India and internationally, where the entire manufacturing is concentrated currently in China, a $5 billion global TAM, pretty much no competition from any other geography. That's a great area for us to start expanding in. Endoscopy instruments, because not only are these important for us to access the domestic and the global market, but also they are great product categories, futuristic categories, which will help us to reduce the surgical intervention time, the time the patient is spending in the hospital, rates of infection, etc. So I think strategically it is very important that we craft out a few areas, we will of course have a multi-dimensional medtech manufacturing layout, but within that, 5 or 10 segments is where we really need to dominate, and there I think our vision should be more on the precision and the value add side rather than those mass consumables, which beyond the time become hyper competitive and they start eroding both the value and the margins of that particular business. So what do we do to harness the talent we have in the country, coupled with the massive influx of new product development that is happening through the startup route? If you are able to marry all that, then I think our vision of where we want to get to is pretty well defined.